Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa says he will be returning to the field after suffering the third concussion.
From high school football to the NFL, there are strict guidelines for head injuries.
Stop.
For survivors of domestic violence, there are not.
Domestic violence survivors do not have a concussion protocol. They don't have anybody to turn to who says, hey, I think I need to take you out for a while and then go back when it's safe. It's never safe for them. Good morning, Selena.
Good morning.
How are you?
Dr. Javier Cardenas runs the Concussion and Brain Injury Center at WVU's Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute. Selena Henry is one of his patients. She says she was in an abusive marriage for 11 years. How many times do you think you might have been hit in the head?
I lost count.
One day, she says he attacked her in the bathroom.
My body slammed against the wall, and I slid down to the floor between the commode and the sink. It made things a little spinny, but I was laying there on the floor, and he come down and he grabbed a hold of my arms and he started to shake me, and my head hit again. I remember I tried to focus on my boys because I could hear them outside that door, and I still hear their voice today, crying, they were crying out, "Don't hurt Mama." Sorry.
It makes me want to cry.
I still hear that sound today.
She took her boys and left him that day. Years later, while working as a victim advocate, she says she suffered multiple injuries after another woman's abuser attacked her. She knew something was wrong.
I would have some trouble with speech. My words would jumble at work. I kind of chalked it up to stress. But I also noticed while I was working that I couldn't remember things like I could before.
I want you to try to do
Pull the other foot over.
Yep, as we're going to go.
She was losing her balance, too. That's what led her to Dr. Cardenas, and finally, a diagnosis of traumatic brain injury, also known as TBI.
Yeah, that left leg.
Now she receives vision therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy.
It was a relief to have a diagnosis, and for the first time in this whole process, I had hope. And I hadn't had that before.
Look at it.
Studies have found between 60 and 92% of women who've experienced domestic violence have had at least one TBI.
Most individuals who come to see this don't even realize that they had a traumatic brain injury. They're worried about keeping custody of their children. They're worried about having a job. They're worried about having a roof over their head.
Here, survivors are treated like VIPs with priority access to treatments.
I want to say it means everything. To be able to go somewhere and to be treated with respect and compassion, to a lot of us, that's a rarity. It gives some sense of control to their lives that didn't have control before.
The program partners with domestic violence shelters to help them screen for traumatic brain injury.
Anywhere a domestic violence survivor goes, there should be some sort of screening for concussion and brain injury.
Have you seen a change overall in yourself coming here?
Yes.
Physically?
Yes.
Not all the damage will go away, Dr. Cardenas says, but Selena will have a better quality of life. She's remarried now. Her sons are doing well. She hopes more hospitals will develop programs like this one.
When they have a domestic violence victim come into the hospital or to their practice, I want them to go about it, their care, with the same dedication as they would if that person had a helmet and pads on when they were wheeled into the hospital.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.